I am loving today, y'all. I am loving today. I love y'all listeners, viewers, followers, um, philanthropists, donors, all of y'all. I really, really do. I'm going to shout y'all out in a minute. I'm going to shout y'all out in a minute.
Yep. Sounds like Buzz Bunny over there.
You got to enjoy life because we're going to get serious right now with this topic of key life skills for adults based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Now, if you're not familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, Maslow is a psychiatrist that was back in the early 1900s or so, who created a kind of like pyramid of what the human being needed to fulfill life, to feel like work. So I'm going to read some of his stuff verbatim, and then I'm going to compare and contrast it with some research that I did about key life skills for adults. So Maslow, he has a lovely little pyramid that he has, and he breaks these needs down into 5 different categories. And they physiological needs, safety needs, love and belonging needs, esteem needs, and self-actualization needs. Now, we're going to look at each need. I'm going to tell you what the need covers. Then I'm going to cover some key life skills for adults to achieve that need and feel fulfilled. And then I'm going to have the ladies weigh on in with examples and whatever they got to unpack with the topic. But they do so well applying it to today's life. I really appreciate you, ladies. And John got a lot to say. Y'all got to go. She over there like, oh, just go ahead on and read what you got to read.
No, I'm just relaxed. I've been having hiccups ever since I woke up this morning. The whole refrigerator was full of water because it went out. I'm like, wow. So,
and you know what? That's going to be covered in these key basic life skills for adults.
Okay.
Yes, it's going to be covered. And I can't wait to get to it because it's going to help you. I can't wait to hear what you got to say. All right, so I'm going to tell y'all about the 50-30-20 rule. The 50-30-20 rule we covered the other day. But the 50-30-20 rule is 50%, and we're going to apply this to money, needs to be for you to be responsible and take care of your needs. Okay? At least 50% of that. Time, energy, money. You don't want to be more than 50% to pay what you got to pay, or you're going to be underwater. 30%, you got your wants. And then 20% try to save that. So see how that looks with your budget and see where you fall with that. It'll be on the website. Get in the know, GiTK.org. All right, let's jump on into my favorite psychiatrist. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. As it relates to our physiological needs, Maslow states that air, water, food, shelter, sleep, clothing, and the option to reproduce is our physiological needs. We need these things to survive. And reproduction is important because we need the race of people to keep going up. So reflecting on the fact that you need air to breathe, you need water to wash your body, you need food to fuel your body too, you need shelter to protect you, you need sleep for rejuvenation, you need clothing because it's not against the law to go out here naked, and we need to reproduce people so we keep the life going. Think about that, because these key life skills for adults, I decided that under that particular need, the best key life skill to satisfy that would be budgeting and saving, which that falls under creating and maintaining a budget, saving money, and managing debt. It also falls with financial literacy, learning about investments, credit, and other financial concepts. And you do need the basic understanding of your taxes and how to file them and what your obligations are for your taxes. So I chose that particular key life skill for that particular section of Maslow's because I thought, like, all of these things that he said, air, water, food, shelter, sleep, clothing, and reproduction, they cost money. And if you don't have that money, you can't satisfy that need. And you need to understand how money works. So I'm gonna kick rocks for a minute. I want to say Ja for last. I was just gonna love what she got to say. So Black Evie, based upon what I just unpacked, what you got to say?
Say that that's a great diagram / globe for life, right? You stick the Bible in there, and hey, you got the directions of life. Huh?
That part.
Can we say that?
We can't say that. We can't say that. We definitely can say that.
What I will do is just expand a little bit on the finance side of things. You were talking about that, so I'm just going to throw out some points to get a little bit more in depth under financial management, right? Because that just is what you said. All this stuff we want and even need in life, it takes money. It takes money, right? You gotta have a skill to pay to go to work to make the money to pay bills. So when we get into financial management, we talk about budgeting, paying bills, insurances, understanding your insurance, the different types of insurance you have, need and or want. As Mitri mentioned, filing taxes and your credit management. So with your budgeting, you want to create and adhere to a budget to track your income and expenses. So you want to, again, create and adhere to a budget to track your income and expenses. And pair that up with the 50-30-20 rule. Is that what you said?
Yes, ma'am. You got that right.
That's where that goes. That 50-30-20 rule is in there with creating and adhering to a budget to track your income and your expenses. When it comes to paying bills, understanding different payment methods and managing your bills effectively will definitely help you in your financial area. When you're paying your bills, you got a lot of options, right? You can pay online, you can go to Walmart and pay, you can go to somewhere else other than the actual company you have to pay for. They have 5 different ways you can pay, right? So get familiar with those payment systems and figure out which one lines up with your lifestyle. I know right now I'm going through a thing with our electric company. Not really going through a thing, but kinda, right? Where I submit my online payment and they don't take my money out till next week. And that just messes everything up. So for the last 3 weeks, we've been trying to catch up with each other with this payment, right? So I said, okay, once I get this together, I am going to go physically to the office. I got to go old school with that. I got to go to the building and pay cash because any other way, it's going to mess everything up. So, payment systems, your billing systems, and how to pay, right? And find that payment method that lines up with your understanding or your lifestyle to just make life a little easier for you. I'll come back with some other things, but that's what I got for you now.
Okay, Ja gonna weigh in, but I want to make one comment to something she said. Cause like, Ja, you remember we went up to Spectrum when I broke my phone before we went out of town last year?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, we couldn't pay cash. They would not even take the cash. You had to put it on the card. So I just hope that your utility company is not like that. that you have to put it on a card. Because that's a real thing now. A lot of places are not accepting cash. Like cash don't even exist no more. Yeah.
They hold it something obsolete.
Yeah, well, it's obsolete at Spectrum. If you got a Spectrum bill to pay, they don't take cash. Okay? I think I can say that over the radio. Right? All right, John Love. Source of love, baby.
Hey. Well, I have a little to weigh in on that because of what I just experienced this morning. Now it's called dipping and dabbing into savings because my refrigerator went out. So now items and stuff may have to be replaced. So that's going into that little savings stash. That little secret money that you put away. You don't tell no one about. Because someone might ask to borrow it and you're going to be nice and think you're going to get it back. And when they get paid, it might be income tax when you get paid back. So, think wisely before loaning out money. And sometimes items too, may not get it back. But anyhow, I'm just trying to have a little sense of humor with this. And I agree with you a whole lot, Black Evie. You said a mouthful. You basically weighed in on the finance and the budget, on what to do and how to do it, and be patient with yourself. Even get that change jar. Them empty containers, start filling it up with coins, and then after so much, you could take it somewhere. I know Kroger's, they charge to give you money for your coins, but I know there's somewhere else that you could probably go to get your coins transfer into dollars.
That part.
The bank.
The bank.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Get you some penny rolls, nickel rolls, dime rolls, and start counting.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That could be a lot of work.
It could be.
You have a lot of containers or a very big container.
Think about it like this. You're in this situation with your refrigerator. You need to burn off some steam some kind of way. You spend time counting up all your pennies, nickels, quarters, and dimes. It's a spending time and getting some of that frustration off of you. Like, another thing you can do, and then I'm going to move on, because it comes into play with these hierarchy of needs, is get one of them old yellow pages or white pages phone book.
Girl, they still got them.
I found one for you. Try to tear that up. Try to tear it up.
I know, right?
Yeah. It's literally, unless you sit there and do it page by page, it is HE double hockey sticks. It is hard to do.
Yeah.
KKK. I love it, ladies. So let's move on to the next need that Maslow's hierarchy says that we need, and that's safety needs. They cover things like personal security, employment, resources, health, and property. So I moved that up with key life skills for adults, budgeting time, as this reflects to personal security, employment, resources, health, and property. Budgeting time effectively, organizing and prioritizing tasks to balance work, personal life, and self-care. I also pulled that up with another one too. Key life skills for adults, cognitive and intellectual skills. That means the ability to take in information and discern it and then use it. So under cognitive and intellectual skills, critical thinking, like John just said, analyze the information you just went through with your refrigerator. Evaluate the evidence of what's going on with it and making an informed choice. Start pulling out that stash. Get those pennies and start counting them because you need a new refrigerator. Problem solving. Ja got a problem with this refrigerator. Did she identify it? Yes, the refrigerator don't work. Now she got to develop and implement a solution effectively so she don't lose her food. Right?
Or lose all of it.
And other important things that needed to be in there that had to be kept cold. Decision making. Now, she made a sound choice. She got to get a refrigerator today. But she is loyal to get in the know, and she came to the show, and I appreciate that, sis.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, that's a big one. That's a
Thank
big
you.
one. Yes. But she's making decisions.
I'm grateful to be here.
All right. And she is learning and adapting from it because she got some decisions in play. She's got the ability to change it to her having a refrigerator before the day is over.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but therein lies your personal security under Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Remember, he stated that we need personal security, employment, resources, health, and property. And then the key adult basic skills say we need to budget our time, we need to critical think, problem solve, make decisions, and learn to adapt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dropping it in your lap, Black TV. You get a little time to think.
Yeah.
All right,
My
okay.
mind
I
already
like all
full.
of that. I like all of that. Let's throw in self-awareness. Huh?
Ooh.
Self-awareness.
Ooh.
Understand one's strengths and weaknesses. You got to know your own strengths and weaknesses. And also know that your weakness doesn't make you weak. It is just an area that you need to work on and improve in. That is what your weakness is.
It doesn't make you a weak person. Stress management. Let's throw that in there. All right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to develop the coping mechanisms for managing your stress. It is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just fly off the handle.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know how to breathe. You got to know how to stop and think.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know how to do as Jah Love tells us to do at the top of every show. Breathe. Love yourself. In a moment of stress, hold yourself and know that you are loved, that you love yourself and you are okay. Like it's all types of things that, you can do in reference to this area of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Let's see, interpersonal skills. Can you build and maintain healthy relationships? Is that something that you can do? If you cannot, that is a weakness. Work on that. Okay? There you go. The end for right now.
Oh, I love it. The end. I tell you what, Josh gonna take over the mic, but when you said interpersonal skills, that's my next point. So you stole my notes. But go ahead, John. I'll try to show it to John real quick. She did him the notes.
She did. But you know what? She had good. She said a mouthful once again.
That part.
Because she took over everything. She covered a lot.
Yeah.
She covered a lot. So I'm just going to weigh in a little bit on here and there.
She's a one-man show.
Yeah.
A one-woman show.
Great job, Black AB.
Yes, clap for us.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. You're on fire.
But what I would like to, what I'm going to say on that is, try not to go in a panic. You know, that's as Black Evie say, dealing with your emotions. Try to come out of fear, so you won't have an anxiety attack. And yes, you have to breathe to relax yourself, so you won't run your blood pressure up through the roof for certain situations. And sit back, try to take your emotions out of it. Sit back, look at the fact of the situation and how can I take care of this situation that's going on? What is it I could do? Who can I call to help? What information do I need to be able to help me with this solution for the issue that I'm having? And so you won't go into a panic, start having anxiety, and then you're going to be all over the board. And you're going to have to start back over again. So try your best, as Black Evie say, in Jah Love. Just breathe, relax. And I know it's very easy to say than do, But the more we practice on doing that when we come across situations, the better we'll learn how to handle things. Take the fear out of it. We don't want to incur fear in it because we too scared or nervous, or we don't understand what's going on. And once you reach out for help, someone can explain it to you, and you can say, "Oh, that's easy as 1, 2, 3."
Mm-hmm.
Just because it looks difficult doesn't always mean it's difficult. Give it a shot. Love yourself. You got to give it a try. Failure means you doing something right because you have to go at your target a different angle or with a different solution. So just keep trying. Don't give up.
Can I throw something in there? I forgot to make one major.
Go for it.
I want to add to my list and put on there education, right? Education. You must continue to learn and expand on your knowledge base, everybody, so that you can put your critical thinking, problem solving, decision making, time management, effective communication, and interpersonal skills into play correctly.
Mm-hmm. That part. The beginning. So, since I ain't gonna be left out of round 2 of comments, okay, I got to breathe, don't stress out, be educated, and the last note on this safety need, budgeting time, and cognitive and intellectual skills, I would say this: decompress before you make a decision. Have you a pineapple moment like Kevin Hart did on one of his stand-ups. If you haven't seen Kevin Hart stand-up, I'm referring to the fact of getting you a code word for yourself. So let's just use pineapples. I will use pineapples this way. If I'm in a particular where I have to make a decision that is seriously a life or an important altering decision, where the decision is going to change something for good, bad, or make it bearable, or whatever it may be. It's a very important decision making in my life. I pineapple myself about an hour, if longer if I can, because I don't want to make an emotional decision. So I will leave it with that. Don't make an emotional decision. If you got the time to think about it, or just not think about it sometimes. Because like they saying, John Black-Eby are saying, you pour too much information, you start getting stressed out. You're all over the place. So take the time to learn your thought process, because that's part of learning too. That's my message. I'm sticking to it. The end. Now,
yes, we do have a lot of overthinkers.
Yes, and I am guilty of that. Definitely, I am an overthinker.
Yes, we are.
Boy, so now we're gonna dive back into our topic, and then I got a CD I'm gonna play for you guys later. A PSA we have from some donors that support the station. Now I think we all need to hear, because it falls somewhere on today's topic for key life skills for adults. So here we go. Key life skills for adults and Maslow's hierarchy of needs list. Now we are moving along to Maslow's hierarchy of need, as it refers to love and belonging needs, such as friendship, intimacy, family, sense of connection. So key life skills that I booed up with that were interpersonal and communication skills. So communication skills, effectively conveying thoughts, ideas, and emotions, both verbal and nonverbal. Empathy, understanding and sharing the feelings of others. Build and maintain relationships, develop and nurture friendships, family, and romantic relationships. Conflict resolutions, navigating disagreements and resolving conflicts constructively. I also decided that Because this was Maslow's need of love and belonging, and once again, he highlighted friendship, intimacy, family, and sense of connection, I decided that a key life skills principle would be practical skills, like being able to cook a meal and plan that meal, make it healthy and nutritious. Knowing, like Josh going through right now, food safety. Her refrigerator went down. She got to make sure that if that food is thawing out, it might have to be discarded. She got to plan to try to save what she can. And she definitely trying to plan ahead of time with some meals by cooking up some food to try to save it. You know, because the freezer might still be a little cold, the refrigerator might too. And if you cook the food, you took it out the raw state, so you're giving yourself a little bit more time. So you got to be able to plan for stuff like that. And cleaning, she's going to have a lot of cleaning to do because it got wet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and now she got to do her laundry and more household chores.
Mm-hmm.
It's a practical skill, and it falls along love and belonging because that's part of your family and your sense of connection to being responsible and making sure your household has all that. And then the next one that you can see is household skills, like basic repairs and maintenance. You noticed that you had a leak of some sort in your refrigerator, and you got to deal with it. Well, on here it was more like changing light bulbs and batteries, but now you got to change the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it will be okay.
It is
part
going
of the life situations we have to go through.
And it is really like practical to what we're going through right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like your situation, like we don't have these skills. You could be sitting here like, oh, well, I guess I ain't going to have a refrigerator ever again. There's some people that do that because they don't know what to do to fix it.
Right.
Yeah. And then transportation would be next. You got to be able to get around it. We got cars. We got to upkeep them too. Mm-hmm. Our family needs our cars. We got to get them back. The doctor's appointments, grandkids to places they needed to go, grocery store, all types of stuff. And then I thought first aid and CPR kind of went with that because you need to know how to take care of, incidentals at home. If you cut yourself, if you burn yourself, all kinds of things can happen. And these extend to our animals too. So that's why I decided that love and belonging also extended to being able to do basic skills in your home with your family. So no pressure, Black Evie. What you think though?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I love it. And in reference to all those necessities, because these are necessities in life, and just let me throw this in here. Necessities and amenities, right? When we are filling out applications in reference to residential homes and apartments, they have sometimes, what amenities would you like? What necessities do you need? And some people don't know what that means, right? So I'm going to break it down. Necessity and amenities. Stuff you need and stuff you want. Your necessity is your need. Your amenity is your want. Sure, I would love to have, what are those, clap on lights and, when I step in the rooms, things just start coming. A smart home, right? I would love that. But I can't afford that. I don't need that. What I need is the basic resource of electricity. So I'll just plug things in and switch on, buttons and lights and stuff. To expand upon that, your list, Mitri, cooking, all right? Mastering the basic cooking skills for meal preparation. I have been domesticated since I can remember. So I've always cooked, clean, mopped, swept, all of that. By the time I was 17, I was good. I could live on my own. Easy. Mm-hmm. A lot of people cannot do that. A lot of people get to 18 and 19 and have to go off to college, and they don't know what to do, right? Mm-hmm. Basic, doing the laundry, right? You got to separate your loads of clothes. You got to know how much laundry detergent to put in. It's a whole art to doing laundry, but they're really basic things that you need to do your laundry. Learn how to do them. Don't wait until your child is almost out the door to teach them how to cook, clean, take care of the house, take care of themselves, their self-care. Don't wait for them. Teach your kids how to do laundry. I started mine at 10. I started my son at 10 years old. I let him just have his little childhood up to 10 years old. And then it's like, okay, let's learn how to do some laundry. Let's learn how to cook. Let's learn how to, do things that you need to do to take care of yourself in life. So that's what I have to say to your Let's Meet You.
Know the end?
No, because she had more to say.
She had
She's
more,
just
okay.
waiting.
Okay. Well, then if that's the case, we class.
No, I said everything. You said what you got to say to your list to what you said, and that's what I have to say.
You missed your cue, the end. You did not say the end.
Oh, well, that's what I had to say was in place of the end. Come on now. Okay.
Now you know we can't keep up like that. All right, just a little radio show banter. We love one another. But, Ja, you had a lot of think time. What you got for us?
Oh, shucks. I have a few things to say. I'm an empath person myself. And my biggest thing and philosophy is treat others the way you want to be treated. So when you are being mean and cruel, it'll be mimicked back to you unless the person is just not a cruel person, like an empath person. They'll just let you be you. We may share some pointers to you of your acts. But other than that, we just gonna leave it alone a little bit because we don't want that energy rubbing off on us. So we will start being negative.
Mm-hmm.
But love, in a relationship, to help make a relationship healthy and whole, you have to love yourself first. So you can mimic love as well as the next person, how they love their self. They can mimic love to you, and you just come together and try to balance and work it out. It's basically about love because the creator, the universe is about love. Beautiful nature, beautiful things. Love yourself to keep your place clean, neat, organized to how you organize things. Just because others organize their items one way doesn't mean you have to be just like them. You have to be like yourself. Just try to be happy and joyful within yourself. Love yourself. Learn yourself. Know your triggers. Know your boundaries. And self-care. Self-care will help you be joyful as well because you feel good, you smell good, you look good. And let me see, Black Evie has said something about, I should have wrote. Well, I'm going to come back to it because my mind is already full of a lot of things I got to do when I get back to home, to the gate. So, Mitri, I'm going to let you finish this off, and I may come back to it. I'm going to come back to mine.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, sis. We know you got a heavy on you right now. And we just keep talking about it too, right? We ain't no good. We just rubbing it in, right?
But it's right on time.
Yeah.
The energy is connected. It was, I'm not going to say a coincidence, but it's, wow, how I wake up to what our topic is about.
That part. I really, and that's what we do though, Usually we use our life situations and we use ones that happen before the day of the show.
Yeah.
Right? But you lined this up real good today, sis. Yeah. And thank you for being transparent and willing to share your story with our listeners and viewers because it's stuff, that's what we're trying to teach them. We go through everyday things and we're physically, emotionally, financially affected by these things. And at the end of the day, we need to learn how to process the information and look for the vetted, viable resource to navigate whatever it is we're navigating in life. It could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. It could be a hiccup. We got to get through it.
Yes. And always know that you're not alone. someone else going through the same thing you're going through, probably in a different way. So no, you're not alone.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So we're gonna jump to the next need where Black Evie and Ja kind of keep cheating off my sheet because they throwing stuff in the other ones. But you will see how they overlap though. Okay, so Maslow's hierarchy, his next need is self-esteem needs. And he's stating that those refer to respect, self-esteem, status, recognition, strength, and freedom. So I decided that, key life skills for adults with that area would be self-care and well-being. Now, those two things were mentioned by both of the ladies and some of the other needs that Maslow has. So you can see how it all kind of ties together, but we segmented them out to maybe help us think in pieces instead of a whole and overwhelm ourselves. So once again, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, as it refers to self-esteem needs, referring to like respect, self-esteem, status, recognition, strength, and freedom. So let's start with our key life skill of self-care and well-being. Stress management. John has been tap dancing all over this the whole show. You need relaxation techniques. Black Evie even weighed in on it with one of her points. Mindfulness. Knowing what's going on in your mind at that time and when to pause and take a rest for the cause. Step back. And know when you need to seek professional help. And John Love needs to seek professional help right now by going to a professional about a person that sells refrigerators. So, or she might go to a person that fixes refrigerators. That professional help would be anything. You might need mental health help. You might need an auto mechanic. Whatever that professional help is, know when to say, okay, we're not going to be like Bill Cosby when he was on the Cosby Show and he was trying to fix the sink and basically he made all the water go all over the place. It was time to call in some professional help. So, and the other thing with that, their self-esteem need is self-awareness. Once again, the lady's been tap dancing all over this. Know where you are emotionally. Understand your emotions, your thoughts, your behavior, and develop strategies for managing them. Because John's under she's gripped right now. She got to deal with this refrigerator. It could be annoying, especially if she got other things she had planned for today. She came to the show and she's dedicated, she's loyal, and I love her. And she still got to go back home and deal with this refrigerator. And that's life. We do that. That's how it happens. But you got to be mindful and know hey, wait a minute. This refrigerator is important, but let me take some time and space to just breathe for a minute. Yes. Black Evie, you up.
Okay. Under self-esteem, this goes a long way. Asking for help. All right? I know you're proud. You can do everything. Some people feel like they can't do anything. But either way it goes, we all need help. So recognize when you need some help and seek it out.
Hello.
Don't be afraid to seek it out. You can't do everything, okay? That helps. That helps your self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you feel like you can't, when you're so frustrated at a situation, it can play on you. It can start chopping at your self-esteem. So ask for help. All right. Be adaptable. Adaptability goes a long way. Adapt to situations. Adjust to new situations and environments. Learn how to do that. Don't be afraid of that. Change is, what is that? Change is forever. It's a word. I can't think of it. Well, anyway, things are ever changing. So learn how to be adaptable. Set goals, everybody. That helps with our self-esteem. Because when we set realistic goals and we develop the strategies to achieve them, and we actually accomplish that goal, you feel so great and you feel like you can do anything thereafter. So set goals and accomplish the goals. Complete that goal. And my last but not least, and I don't know if this is so much self-esteem, but it can help your self-esteem. Get some digital literacy in your life, everybody. Some basic computer and internet skills, all right? And get some online safety rules and etiquettes up in there too. Get that up in there. That'll boost your self-esteem. That'll help you accomplish some goals, some personal goals. So that's what I got for you. And thank you for listening and joining the show, everyone. And take all this information and apply it to your life sooner, because it all applies. The end. Is that good?
You get
That was great, yes. Like Evie is the one lady show today.
She
Isn't
sure
she?
is.
She on fire.
All right, y'all, love, what you got for us? Because I'm going to wrap it up with this one in the end.
Oh, okay.
No pressure.
Well, dealing with self-esteem, it you just gotta, like Black Evie said, be mindful, because having low self-esteem can mess with your mental health. You know, it would teach you how to be a negative person, and you don't realize how much of a negative person you are, because your self-esteem is so low, and it can even put you into a depression. So I think, like Black Evie say, try to get some internet awareness, play some games, release your mind, because you overloaded, you overthinking. Sit outside, get some air, breathe, hug a tree, walk in the grass, get grounded. You know, for me, I love to go to the park, especially when I'm stressed and having a hard time, because to me, that's where freedom is at for me. You know, just being in a beautiful air, even waking up early in the morning, smelling that fresh morning breeze, that air. You know, it's so many things you could do to help yourself with your low self-esteem going into depression, but you have to push yourself, because once you get into that depression, you closing all doors. Closing all doors. So if you can, I know being in a depression, no, I don't exactly know fully, but I have dealt with depression. I know I have. I've been living too long, not too long. But anyhow, you know, go to a friend and talk to a friend. Maybe that person you know who will listen and not be so opinion about what you are going through, and take over the conversation. So yeah, you know, work on that. And another thing, freedom is overcoming fear. Overcome fear, you will feel more relieved, more relaxed. And that's what you call success. You know, once you get that job that you like, you enjoy going to, that's success for you. Success will look like almost anything to anyone. Success does not always mean you have to be a star, superstar, a rapper, or someone that's on TV being seen and heard all the time. Success is within yourself, loving yourself, knowing yourself, and believing the Most High, the Creator, you know, the universe.
That part right there.
Yes, the Mother Universe.
Hello.
You know, because without woman is no us.
That's another show. That's another show. Yeah. Yes, and like the self-esteem, I'm gonna cap that off with, you know, don't let situations overwhelm you to where they may get you depressed. You know, control what you can control and research what you can't control to learn how to get through it. So I want to wrap this up with the top of the pyramid of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And that need is called self-actualization. and it's best described as desire to become the most that one can be. So I'm going to roll it all up into one ball. Self-care is very important. I'm going to end the show with my self-care. But the desire to be the person that I can be at the most takes in consideration all of those other needs, especially relaxation and self-care and being able to strategize, make goals, actually do the goals and plan them. Because on the flip side of my self-care sheet is actually my goal sheet. So I'll put that in the viewfinder. That's my goal sheet. And then you flip it over, then you have my self-care sheet. And this is a mantra that I created for myself, which I'm going to read it to you guys in a minute. But at the end of the day, you are your most important investment. Return on investment is me. So whatever you put in your mind, heart, or soul, and in your mouth and your ears too, is what you get out. Put the wrong foods in, it's got to come out some kind of way, and it's going to come out wrong. Put the wrong information in, you're going to make bad decisions. So watch how you invest in the most important asset that you have, that is you. For me, I expect the best out of myself, and I won't settle for nothing less. If I did my best and I still didn't succeed on the scale that I had of measurement for myself, then you know what? That's my next opportunity to try again. No is not no to me. No is N-O, next opportunity. Mm-hmm. And I'm always a work in progress. Mm-hmm. I will not be stopped until I stop breathing. So if John Love stops some breathing and the breathing exercise, that's when I stop. So I got 2 more minutes and we're going to cover this. I'm 100% invested in the goal, and that's how Getting to Know and Joy Air has came to be, because I had to go through a lot of turmoil and conflict emotionally after losing my daughter. And you guys, some of you have heard the story, as basically this whole thing was to honor her legacy of being a social media strategist and all of the things that me and her had done as spoken word artists over the years, and just take it all, roll it up into one big ball, and try to reach our socially economic disadvantaged individuals with vetted, valuable information to adapt and overcome adversity and barriers in their lives, even if that meant there was one. So that part right there. So thank you. That leads me to also having to take a step back and have some self-care for myself. So we're going to end the show with this. My self-care, my daily commitment to myself is to release the toxins, negativity, and stress. Relax. Connect with Mother Earth through aromatherapy, exercise, spa, and stress. Reflect on my strengths, my weaknesses, my opportunities, and my threats. Renew. Create artistically and pay it forward. Reclaim spirituality, serenity, stability, and security. Remember the Most High in everything that I do, and repeat these 6 things every day. On that note, one love always. We'll see you next week. All right, we off the airwaves, but we still on the social media platforms. So, what did you just say, John?
I'm proud of you, my sister.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yes, I'm proud of you.
I appreciate
For being dedicated, working hard, being determined to get this show, because get in the know, you gotta know. It's life situations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you and us, the ladies on the platform, we help each other a lot. Mm-hmm. And we all counsel each other just throughout our conversation. And we are teaching and learning. And thank you for bringing me on this platform with you, my sister.
Oh, sisterhood.
Yes.
Yes. You stuck with me for life. Now, Black Evie, we're going to give you an air hug. Oh.
Yes. Air hug.
Air hug.
There you go. Thank you. Yes. One love, two loves. Two loves.
Yes. It's been a great road with you ladies, and We also just don't have a radio show. We ain't been pumping out the TV show. Y'all can tune in if you're in the Cincinnati area, because we still on Facebook and YouTube. In the Cincinnati area on our cable cast, either Alta Fiber or Spectrum Channel 8, Alta Fiber Channel 803. Daily, we are on 3 times, and we air the shows that from the podcast that we record in the studio. We also record in the television studio too. We got some recording with some very important people coming up for the TV show, so we're gonna start pumping that out a lot to let y'all know how to grow and get through today's politics and test the line. So stay tuned for the Always Live 88.3 FM, Wednesday, Cincinnati area, live on Facebook, and Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Also, facebook.com/GetInTheKnow, GiTK, live on YouTube at 1 o'clock Wednesdays, also at youtube.com/GetInTheKnow radio show. And if you're watching on the YouTube and or the Facebook, all of that linkage is in the comments, where we comment at the bottom. And also, you can always reach out and find all the things we talk on the shows at GetInTheKnow, GiTK.org. That is our website. That's where you'll find all the help links. That's where you'll find the past shows. That's where you'll find what's going on in the community, all types of resources and things. And it's also a place where you can drop us a message in the contact form if you need guidance with something in your area, because we're not just limited to the Cincinnati area. We will find somebody in your community if you need a resource or some help. No problems, because we're resourceful and we believe that we are dedicated to getting those answers. We pledge that to you guys. So we want you to stay in the know. We also want you to keep sending us the love through the comments, the suggestions, the likes, the reactions and everything. We see y'all out there, and that means the world to us. And y'all, when y'all hit us up and you're repeating things that we said, and you're telling us that you're using the information and how it's helped you, or when you hit us up and you need something through the email, the text, or whatever, it means the world to us. And again, I want to say to those that have donated through the radio station link, please get at us at 513-806-5649 so we can get you your gift. If you donate through the link on the website, GetInTheKnow, I'll automatically get that info, but you can still drop me down to make sure you get your Get in the Know gift, because you helping us keep y'all in the know and also getting us in the know too, because we accept interviews. We want to interview the public. We want to know what's going on. We want to stay in the know so we can all grow. So get at us. We want to do some show interviews too. We will be dropping in areas around here and beyond. I plan on taking a few trips this year, and I plan on showing up in the neighborhoods. Like last week, I was at the reggae party in the park, that same park that we told y'all 30,000 people stood in solidarity and marched on in 1967. That same park, Washington Park, is still here in Cincinnati, Ohio. And we celebrated a reggae party in the park every other Wednesday, and it started last Wednesday. So look, we just got to keep doing this and keep keeping each other in the know so we can do all of those self-esteem and other needs that were on Maslow's list in his hierarchy, which you can also find on the website at GetInTheKnow, GiTK.org. Everything about Maslow is up there because that's what I use to create Joy Air and all the subsidiaries that run under it, like Getting the Know. And stay tuned, because Lady Indica, that street series I'm telling y'all about, your girl out there, I done some little pop-ups. I'm editing them now. And y'all get ready, because you never know. I might pop up in your community and pop my little tripod up, and we just be doing it. Y'all know. John. And we're going to pray for John's refrigerator. Let's give him some love. Next week, and I'm going to let y'all say something. We're going to get out of here. Next week, John's going to tell us all about her lovely new refrigerator. Okay.
Yes, I will.
Oh, you got one of them big old stainless steel ones with the freezer at the bottom to pull out.
Oh, yeah. That smart refrigerator.
That sounds wonderful, don't it?
Look, she gonna get one of those smart refrigerators. The one that tell you, hey, you need some milk and eggs. You know, they got them, this digital, like, all that. She like, yeah, that sound good.
Yeah, it sounds good. I'm gonna be going with the black or the white 2-handle, one on the freezer, one on the refrigerator, open, close. Take my container of the water out.
That boy.
So,
Oh.
you know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've been in that predicament with the refrigerator.
Crack the ice trays for the ice.
Uh-huh.
You hear me?
Put my smartphone by the refrigerator and be like, that's as digital as it gets. Okay. Yes. So I'm going to end my speech for the day because I'm thirsty. And I love talking to you guys. And I'll probably see y'all on Facebook Live, YouTube Live a little later today. If not, you can always go to our Facebook or YouTube pages and see past shows. But y'all stay tuned always. One love. Always. That's YouTube up there. That's Facebook right there. That's recording. I'm going to see y'all later.
Yes, yes.
Bye-bye. Could you get the...
Peace and light and love, everyone.
That part right there.
Hello.
She always make me think we're in the club. Okay. Hello.
1, 2, do the junkyard groove.
Unbelievable was Tierra upon her birth, August 10th, 1988. Unbelievable, the Divine One chose me to be Tierra's delivery way. Unbelievable, Tierra's spirit is powerful. Her heart is pure. Her soul is unique. Unbelievable, now I'm touched by my angel. Tierra's love is in heaven for me. Unbelievable, our journey together, our downs, our ups, our lows, our highs. Unbelievable, our journey together is eternity, mother-daughter love for life. Unbelievable, Tierra, I pledge to you with tender love and care. Unbelievable, your legacy will shine. I dedicate to you your foundation, Joy Air. Unbelievable, through space and time, Tierra's soul flies free as it soars. Unbelievable, with Jesus in his kingdom. Tierra, now your place is forevermore. Unbelievable, you always say I love you, and I always say diddle with all my heart. Unbelievable, now our love is in spirit, is our rainbow in the stars. Unbelievable, I love you.
1, 2, take a little solo. One, two, and bring it down. Nice and gentle. One, two, everybody groove.
Dedicated to my baby, Tierra. One love.